Yo. So it's been a long time since I've actually showed you some of the things that are going on in the reciprocity platform. We're continuing to make this a lot more exciting. If you remember, what I'm actually trying to do, or what we're trying to do, is create a platform for non-rejectable research papers and grants and make it a really fun and silly, goofy experience along the way so it doesn't feel like work as you're doing it. That's why I'm actually on social media so much. But you imagine creating this non-rejectable research paper, what would it take to actually get there? And if you go into the platform, and this is what I am showing here in terms of, inside the platform, you have to actually log into it. But you can sort of see what we're moving towards, just making it more fun, more welcoming along the way. I wanted to show you sort of the game function that we're building. This is evolving quite rapidly in terms of what this actually looks like. But one of the nice things with this that I really like is that there's two elements that you can get feedback on, just kind of questions on whether you should do something. So if you go to the game function, you can actually see how you rank compared to everybody else. So for example, where you actually are situated compared to everybody else, and that gives you some feedback along the way. And that's really, really useful in terms of thinking about, oh, should I actually do this or should I do something else? And it's just more feedback. That's the idea behind it, is really, really important. So another thing I want to go back and show you, this is the thing that I've been using. I use it every day now. And I find it's quite useful because it helps you build a research paper in kind of a fun and step-by-step fashion, right? And that is the streak function. So every day you can go and play a streak. And what that is you simply just log in what you actually did, right? And then, you tell what did you actually learn. And usually what I do is at the end of the day, I write a paragraph or two of these just really quickly. And the idea is just to sort of write it as you sort of dictated. But what the good thing is with this is that once you do it for a while, you will have a record of basically your research diary, essentially, right? Like having a research diary, what goes on. And then you could download it here and download that, and then you can actually turn it into a research paper quite easily by submitting it to various different AI platforms. What we're going to do is make that more built in, so it'll automatically do it. We're building a really interesting function right now to make it more gamified, and I encourage you. I don't want to give too much away, but I am super excited about it in terms of making it a lot more feedback, more interesting. But the the streak task I use every day, and we're going to make this more exciting and more interesting as we go about building this. So the idea is a step-by-step sort of process in terms of using this. By the way, my streak keeps ending, and you can see, I can show you. My streak keeps ending because I'll take a day off on the weekend. So I've been working at this. But I think I did get a couple of badges or something like that. Well, I did reach a couple of milestones. So basically, been doing it for a while. And I'm going to hopefully try to keep going with this and make it actually work out. But I find it very useful, and we're probably going to make this more interesting because it keeps me motivated. And the other thing you can see is over time, if you go to your analytics, as you continue to do this, you can get, by the way, you can see sort of how different topics hang together and stuff like that. But the key thing here is that you start seeing you're making progress, right? Like, are you actually moving the needle over time? And that was one of the things I was missing before. I was using more of what I want to actually transition this to is more of a game function on the actual platform itself. And making it a little bit more easier on the platform itself, so it becomes more interesting. So we have a whole bunch of other different features up here. You can check them out. One of the ones that you might check out is, the different community members. The groups, the small groups, is actually super useful. If you teach a class or you are running a conference or something like that, you can collate and get different things used on AI in terms of different features using AI to group different papers together and research articles or different thing, whatever it is that you're interested in. So I encourage you to take a look at it. And we've transitioned and moved some of the, some of the features. You could see that we're really, really working on this and trying to make it more fun for everybody over time in terms of making this something that's very useful. So I encourage you to check it out. And I really love the streak function. I'm going to continue to use it, and hopefully you continue to use it every day as well. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.